You basically had a front row in history, really, as history was unfolding. What is it that you think that perhaps the people of Africa can learn with the sort of smooth transition that we were talking about? We've had some people say that the intellectual balance of power has been shifting in favor of the daughters and the sons of Africa, who can now have unfettered access to some of the great Western institutions. And yet, we still have a problem in terms of borrowing at least a democratic leaf so as to apply it back home among our people.
Shaka, I was not just a candidate, I was also an observer on behalf of the African continent, because as a candidate, I was given the facilities and privileges which were also available to David Cameron, Nick Clegg, and Gordon Brown. In other words, I was given the registration of all the voters in my constituency. I was also given the privilege to use the Royal Mail services paid for by the government to distribute my electoral messages to all the voters. My name was flashed many, many times on the front lines of my local paper. During the election itself, I was invited to be in the counting of votes and verifying them and deciding which should be accepted. This is what African countries should allow candidates to do, with a view to ensuring free and fair elections. But I'm not quite sure whether this is what our African people are going to copy. For example, next week, in 10 days' time, there's going to be an election in Ethiopia, and yet the leader of the opposition, Ms. Medeska, was jailed for life in December 2008. The election in Ethiopia will be followed by the one in Rwanda. There too, the opposition leader, Victoria Ingabire, was arrested and is now facing treason charges. Next year in February, there will be elections in Uganda. Also, the leader of the opposition, Dr. Kizza Besigye, has been carrying a treason charge over his shoulders for the last 6 years. Followed after that will be the Republic of Congo, in which the elections in 2007 was decided in a bloody gun battle between forces loyal to President Kabila and his deputy president, Professor Bemba. After DRC, there will be elections in Kenya and Zimbabwe. All these elections are likely to end up in violence, not least because the playing field is not level. The opposition will not be given the same facilities which I was given in the UK.
But what about those other countries on the African continent who seem to have gotten it right? We're talking again about Ghana, about Benin, about Senegal, about Sierra Leone. We can talk about, again, Mauritius. We could talk about Botswana, Namibia, South Africa. We could talk about a couple of other countries. Why can't we learn from the experience of those fellow Africans who have gotten it right?
Again, I pay tribute to Ghana and those other countries that have had free and fair elections. It's a pity that other countries, although we had this long history of association with the British government, with Britain, we speak their language. Our legal system is borrowed from the UK. Our parliamentary system, our education system, we speak their language, we wear their clothes, we drive their cars, yet we have failed to take the one most important thing.
Hold it, Sam.